Good evening. In today's video, we'll be looking at questions on motions, and things that this um this topic on motion always come out in jam questions. You understand? And it always come out in jam questions. I mean, motions, types of motions, um simple harmonic motion, projectile motions, and also momentum and the rest. But but today, like we'll be looking at motions relating to what acceleration, distance, and the rest. Okay. Now, and therefore, I have this question. I have question number one. Now, question number one says that a car a car accelerates uniformly from rest at what 3 meters per second square, right? Say that its velocity after traveling a distance of what of 24. Now, let's read the question again. Say that a car accelerates uniformly from rest at what 3 meters per second square. It say that its velocity after traveling a distance of 24 meters is what. So therefore you have to find the velocity after traveling a what after accelerating at what 3 meters per second square and what traveling a distance of 24 meters. So therefore, now if you check from this question now, what is given to us, that that's the first thing you do. What's given to us for you to know the formula you use. Now, what's given to us? Say that a car, we have acceleration, right? And acceleration is what 3 meters per second square, and also we have a distance. The distance is what 24 meters. Now, therefore, we have to find the velocity. Now, from this equation, this is equation of what motions. Okay. Now we have v equals u plus 18. We have s equals ut plus half a at square. Now we have s equals what ut plus what half gt square. Also we have v square equals u square plus 2as. Now the main equation here is what is equation 1, equation 2, and what equation 3. Okay. Now let's solve this question. So therefore, since we have acceleration, right, we have distance. So in this equation, x is your distance. Okay. So therefore now we have acceleration and we have distance. We have to find a velocity. That we have to find final velocity. Okay. And you know that use the initial velocity. So therefore, what do you do? Now, if you check from this question now, the formula we have to use here is what is v square equal to u square plus 2as, because if you check in this formula, I have what? I have acceleration, I have distance, which is x. Now we have to find the velocity, right? So therefore I have to use this formula. If you check in this formula, I have time. So in this question, we are not giving the value of time. So therefore we apply this formula to solve. So now let's solve. So therefore we have that v square is equal to u square plus 2as, right? So we have v square is equal to where you use the initial velocity, and you know that your initial velocity is always 0 plus what 2 times acceleration is what is 3 times x is what is 24. That is distance, which is equal to what 0 plus 3, 2 times 3 is 6 times 24 is 114. So therefore we have that v square is equal to what 114. Now therefore, taking square root of what both sides. Now therefore v is equal to what square root of 114 is what is 12 meters per what second. So this is the answer. Very, very cheap. So therefore our option is option what? Our option is option what? C. Okay. Now therefore, what's the next question? The next question say that a body moving at what? At 20 meters per second, right? Decelerate uniformly at what? 5 meters per second square. Now we have to do what? To its speed becomes what? 10 meters per second, right? Now we have to do what? Now therefore the distance covered within this period is what? So we are given that a body moving at what velocity. Now if you check from this question, we have two what velocity, right? Now the first velocity is what 20 meters per second, 20 meters per second, and also we have now the last velocity is what 10 meters per second, right? So therefore, and we say that the car decelerate at what 5 meters per second square. Now therefore, please when you hear decelerate or you hear retardate, it simply means what minus. Okay. Now therefore, when you hear accelerate is what is plus. Now what is given to us here? The same thing that given to us, we have your velocity, and you know that between 20 and 10, which one is highest? Is 20. So which means that 20 will be your final velocity, which is what 20. So and you will be your what initial velocity. Okay. So therefore a is equal to what? A is or decelerate, which is what minus 5. Okay. Minus. So we have to find the distance now. So we have to find the distance, which is unknown. So therefore, what formula should we apply here? So I know that I know that from this question, we have that v is v is equals to what? So we have that v squared is equals to what? U squared plus what? 2a, right? Sorry, v squared plus minus 2a, sorry, minus 2a, okay? Now, if you check from this formula now, the reason I'm using minus here is because why? This is what decelerating, okay? So therefore the formula will become what? V squared equals u squared minus 2a. So if you check what is given to us here is I have velocity, I have initial velocity, and also I have what? Acceleration, which is what? Deceleration, which is what? A. Now we have to find the distance. So therefore let's substitute everything we got in this equation, okay? So we have what? V squared, that is what? See the equation here. So we have v squared, that is v all raised to power 20 is equal to u squared is 10, or 10 raised to power square minus bracket 2 times acceleration. This is deceleration, which is what? Minus 5 times x, right? So we have this now. 20 squared is what? Is 400 is equal to 10 squared is 100. Now minus times minus is what? Is plus. 2 times 5 times s is what? Is 10s. So therefore collect like terms. We have that if this 10 cross over here becomes 40 minus 100 is equal to what? 10x, right? Now 40 minus 100 is what? Is 300 is equal to what? 10x. So x will be what? Divided by coefficient of x, which is 300 over what? 10. So therefore x is 30 meters. So my distance is what? 30 meters, and this is the what? Answer. Okay. Now now we have the next question. Now the next question says that, which is question number what? 3. It says that a train with an initial velocity of what? 20 meters per second, right, is subjected to a what? To a uniform what? To uniform decelerate of what? 2 meters per second square, right? So we have to do what? The time required to bring the train to a complete halt is what? So therefore in this question now we have to find the what? The time, right? So therefore let's solve. Now what is given to us here? We are given velocity, right, which is v equal 20 meters per second, isn't it? And also we are given what? Decelerate, which is 2. So therefore a will become minus 2 because it's decelerating, right? That becomes minus 2 meters per second square. So therefore we have to find the time, and time is unknown. So now the formula to use and solve this question is what? Is this, because if you check in this question I have what? Velocity, I have acceleration, and also we have to find time, okay? Now therefore let's solve it. Where v is what? Is 20, that velocity is equal to initial velocity is always what? 0. Now minus bracket, this I use minus here because this is what? Decelerating, okay? Then minus, if this is accelerating, it becomes what? Plus, okay? So that becomes 0 minus bracket, as decelerating is minus 2 t, isn't it? So we have 20 is equal to 0 minus is what? Is plus 2. So therefore now what do we have to do? We'll collect what? Like terms, right? So we have 20, if this 0 goes over, it becomes minus, okay? So therefore this is like, yeah, this is what? This is 0 place. This is 0. So if this goes over here, it becomes what? Minus 0. So 20 minus 0 is equal to what? 2t, isn't it? So you have, so here will become what? 20. So therefore here become what? Sorry. So therefore here become what? 20. Now 20 minus 0 is 20 is equal to 2t. Now divide by coefficient of t. So we have t is equal to what? So t is equal to what? 20 over 2. So the answer is what? Is what? 10 what? 10 seconds, okay? So answer is 10 seconds, and the option is what? The option is what? Is option. The option is option what? Option B. Okay. So therefore, the next question. Now this is the next question. The next question says that we have that an object of mass 2 kg moves with a what? Velocity of what? 100 meters per second, right? Around a circle of what? Radius 4 meters. So we have to do what? Calculate the what? Centripetal what? Force on the what? On the object. Now therefore this question, what is given to us here? We are given the mass as what? 2 kg, right? And we're given the velocity to be what? 10 meters per second, isn't it? And our radius to be what? 4 meters. Now we have to find the what? Centripetal what? Force. So therefore now, the force is unknown. Now you have to say, what's the formula for centripetal force? The formula for centripetal force is what? F is equal to mv squared over r, right? Which is equal to what? Your mass is what? 2 times your velocity is what? Is 10, all is what? 2, right? Over your radius is what? Is 4, which is equal to now 2 times 10 squared is what? It's 100 over what? 4. Now if I should divide, I have 2 divided 4 here is 2, 2 divided 2 here is 1, okay? Again, 2 divided is 1, 2 divided 100 is 50. So the answer is what? 50 what? Newton. Now, this is a this can be another case. Now, let's assume that you are asked to find a centripetal what? Acceleration. Now, the formula for centripetal acceleration is what? Is v squared over r. So therefore, v will become 10. That v velocity, which is 10 all squared over what? R is 4, right? So that becomes 10 squared is 100 over what? 4. And 4 divided is 1. 4 into 100 is 25. So the answer is become what? 25 meters per second squared. So our answer to this question, we have to find the force, right? So that is 50 Newton, and the answer is what? Option C. So this is the answer. Very, very simple. So please, like, this is the final answer. This is the answer, and all these are very, very. This topic is a very important topic in physics, in physics Jamb questions. So they're very easy and straightforward and understanding. So if you have questions, don't forget to ask. Okay, yeah.